friends, Americans, allies. We are now living in the era of catastrophic climate change. Extreme droughts, wildfires, floods and storms are damaging agriculture and infrastructure and causing violent upheavals and mass migrations of climate refugees. Time is running out to save our civilization from abrupt climate change. Billions of lives hang in the balance. We have been warned of a coming ecological crisis for half a century, and the time for gradual response has now expired. Climate change is now causing up to 1 million deaths a year, according to the scientist Michael Mann. The emergency is here, and we must respond with incredible urgency. Senator Sanders agrees that climate change is the greatest threat to our national security. Once society emerges from denial, we will face an enormous task. We must drive the economy to zero emissions in years, not decades. We must remove all the excess carbon that humanity has pumped into the atmosphere since the Industrial Revolution. Restoring a safe climate will require possibly the greatest economic and social mobilization in history. Hope will emerge once we acknowledge this truth and muster a heroic response. We have mobilized to confront an existential threat before. After the attacks on Pearl Harbor shattered isolationism, Americans converted the economy for the huge war effort in a matter of months. Conservative business titans joined in common cause with labor leaders and government planners to refocus America's industrial might against the Nazis. Factories rapidly shifted from producing consumer goods to producing tanks, guns, and planes. The government curtailed consumerism and unnecessary production. Citizens enlisted in the armed forces, grew victory gardens, and signed up for war jobs. Scientists and universities pumped out research on behalf of the war effort, leading to huge breakthroughs. All hands were on deck. All Americans worked toward a common purpose. To save our climate, we need a similar mobilization, and we need it right now. The time for partial measures and first steps has passed. This means going way beyond business as usual reforms. It means no more fossil fuel infrastructure like the Spectra pipeline carrying high pressure fracked gas from the Marcellus Shale through our communities.
Right on.
It means investing in American jobs to transition to a renewable energy economy. It means honesty, heroism, and shared sacrifice. And this immense climate mobilization will not occur until the people demand it. That's where we come in. I'm here today on behalf of a 1-year-old national campaign called the Climate Mobilization. Our demand is an emergency, World War II scale climate mobilization now. Our main tool is the Pledge to Mobilize, a 1-page document that anyone can sign. The pledge calls for a World War II scale economic and social mobilization to restore a safe climate, a reduction to zero net greenhouse gas emissions by 2025, and full employment. Americans who sign the Pledge to Mobilize agree to support candidates who have taken the Pledge to Mobilize with their time, money, and vote. They urge our government to mobilize against climate change, and they spread the pledge to other Americans. Thousands of Americans have already taken the Pledge to Mobilize, and elected officials and candidates, including congressional candidates in Iowa and Florida, are starting to follow. You too can sign the Pledge to Mobilize today. If we demand a World War II scale climate mobilization in the streets, at congressional offices and town hall meetings, and at the ballot box, we can deliver this mobilization. The pledge gives us an opportunity to take a stand for the whole society mobilization that can save our climate. It is our opportunity to gather our huge but fragmented movement underneath one simple umbrella. It is time to mobilize. Sign the pledge and take a stand for civilization and the natural world. Join me. Thank you. Have a great day.